Tall trainer Jeremy Burnett is with us, and this is a fun one. You have, this is what he sent to us, how dating advice can apply to your food. And then you sent me a list of questions or the type of things you would be asking if you were about to date someone.
Yes.
But we're going to give it a whole different spin here. Where do the good ones hang out?
So you know, when you're choosing food, like when you're looking at food, that's sort of like the dating process. You know, you're checking it out, you're seeing it and stuff like that. As soon as you eat it, you have become married to that food. That food is now becoming a part of your body. So that eating process is the marriage. So before you get married, you need to make sure you're choosing the right stuff. So you got to find out where the good ones hang out, and typically, you know, they're not going to hang out at the burger joint and things like that. You know, that's not the high quality ones you want to bring home. You know, so really, the perimeter of the grocery store is another great concept to think about. Is in the middle of the grocery store, it is mostly carbohydrates. Around the outside is where you have the produce section. You have some of the eggs, the meat, some of the healthy dairy and stuff like that. And so around that outside, hang out there mostly, you know, when you're at the grocery store.
All right. You also say don't trust the dating profile.
Don't trust that profile there. You know, it's basically like, you know, the front of the box, the front of the container is the online dating profile for that food. So, you know, if you're on an online dating profile, you're going to say all sorts of wonderful things about yourself. You're going to hide those things that maybe aren't quite so ideal. And so that's the sales. That's where you're trying to hook them there. So the side of the box where the nutrition information is, that's what you end up being stuck with once you get married.
Good point.
So you need to check out that stuff and just ignore, pretend it doesn't even have a front of the box.
Because it's probably not telling you the truth,
it's
the
not
whole
telling
truth,
you
and
the
nothing
truth.
but the truth. Is this the kind of person I want to bring home to meet my parents?
Yeah, so if it's, you know, if you think about other people maybe, sometimes that helps make the decision better. So is this a food that I would like my parents to be eating a whole bunch of? Would I like them to be, this food becoming a part of them? If you have children, that's a really powerful one. You say, is this the kind of food that I want around my kids a whole lot? You know, so that can certainly determine some things. I don't want them getting married to a food like this too much.
And do they bring out the best in you?
Now, some foods are going to cause some problems and things like that. And some foods are just, if you've been eating a certain way, you know, if you look at yourself in the mirror, that is the result of the way you've been eating.
Right.
And so you go, maybe there's some of these foods that I need to consider. Maybe they're causing you know, not what I want, and not making me the person I desire to be.
Two more on here. The list, the marriage material list.
Oh yeah. So you know, everybody, you know, well, not everybody, but a lot of people make this list for their ideal spouse. I think I was even cheesy enough to make one. But
you picked a good one, by the way.
I did a great job. Yeah. But so you have this list of all the characteristics of this ideal person, and so why not just do that with food? Make an ideal foods. Make a list of all the qualities they're going to have. For me, you know, it's going to fill me up. It's going to last for a while. It's going to give me energy. I'm going to feel good. I'm not going to have diarrhea or gas or, you know, constipation or things like that. You know, it's going to make me better.
Right.
That's a food, and I do want it to taste good.
Right.
You know, I want it to taste good, so that is a qualifier on the list as well.
And finally, learn from past relationships. Boy, we can do that in all kinds of ways.
Yes, if you ate something and you got burned, you know, is learn from that. Learn from that and adjust. There are some things or some foods that may be even causing allergic type reactions in your body. Maybe not strong, but just mild allergic reactions, which, you know, can be just increased inflammation. Some foods can even cause arthritis symptoms. So learn from these things. So start judging and so start figuring out, okay, when I have this food, when I get married to this food, what's happening to me, and do I like that, and do I want to marry that food again?
Yeah, very good stuff. Jeremy Burnett, the Tall Trainer, talltrainer.com. Thanks for stopping in.
All right, no problem.